So I listened to that first episode, the drive here, just felt like to go over it.
Yeah, I still have to do that.
It's not much work to do.
Because I went over it once, I'm like, I should probably like just listen to the whole thing again.
Yeah.
Because with the topics I added, like to say like what we were discussing.
Yeah.
It was just listening to what we were discussing.
Yeah.
And like some things like made sense, like, oh yeah, we talked about that for an extended period of time. And then I would add like, oh yeah, we discussed this. And then others I'm like, yeah, that sounds like what we talked about for 5 minutes. Yeah, I'll add that in.
I was reading it and like, what the fuck did we talk about? And then it all made sense. It was like,
some things
like,
made sense,
yeah.
and others were like, yeah, we talked about that for 5 minutes. That was a bit
that's
of a tangent.
Like, that's broadly what it's about, I guess. Fuck.
Yep.
No, I listened to it in the car, and let me tell you, hearing myself talk and laugh made me want to drive off the road. That's secondhand embarrassment. You're just like, is that what I sound like? Fuck.
I can't believe you whinge about that. Like,
Yeah.
I used to hate the sound of my voice, but...
Dude, I still do hate the sound of your voice. Like,
I get to the point where I just tune out of it now. It's like, oh, it's just fucking editing. It's like, yep, it's just another voice now.
It's
like,
just work.
It's almost like it's not mine because I treat it like that now.
We're trying
but
to
like,
turn...
if we did this when I was like 17 or something, I'm like, fuck me, I sound like a piece of shit.
Dude, you still do, but we're just...
Look who's talking, the largest piece of shit in this room. I can smell you from here.
Oh my god. This is hurting my feelings. Yeah,
Good.
it hurts too much.
Pick up the phone and start dialing.
Oh my god.
Do your two girlfriends hate you? Pick up the phone and start dialing.
Have a teaspoonful of cement
This is
coming your way.
Yeah.
It's always fun to have that one busted out in the workplace. Like talking with the sales guys. And they're like, oh, you should. And you're like, do you want a teaspoonful of cement? Improving interdepartmental relations.
So do you remember any of the topics that you came down with at all? Like,
No, I'm looking now. I wrote a bunch of stuff, but I thought I was going to be able to
I have a few
interpret
things
this
written down,
better.
but it's for the future.
I have some stuff written down.
When we
but
have a bit more time. Because I think we'll get used to it first and then...
I have to try and make
there'll
this
be some-
podcast not
some
just
funny
me
shit to talk about.
regurgitate. Well, fuck yeah, dude. I can. I can't just make it me listening to a bunch of podcasts over the week and then regurgitating the information like I thought of it.
Yeah.
Even listening to the that first podcast on the way down, I'm like, is there a touch of British accent coming through in the way that I'm talking about certain subjects? Maybe I'm just being a hypochondriac.
If there is, I wouldn't know. Sorry.
I've listened to too much Chris Willax,
Yeah.
the Modern Wisdom podcast, because then you were talking about like,
Is that his name? Because I see it on YouTube as Chris Williamson.
yeah, it's Chris Williamson. I think his like
And-
Twitter
and
handles
that-
Chris Willax or something.
And in the last podcast, you were like Chris Williams.
Fuck.
So I'm like, which
Chris.
name are we going with here?
To the chances that Chris listens to this, fucking
You
zero,
got his
dude.
first name right.
Yeah, that's close.
It's good enough.
Yeah.
There's a
No,
lot of
everyone
Chris's
knows. I said the
around.
Modern Wisdom podcast. It's a good podcast.
Yeah, no, yeah.
It's
you did say that.
constantly putting out belters of interviews, but I can't just like come on here and give the like drunk spark notes of just like, yeah, fucking men suck. The end. All right, let's go.
I learnt something. I
I learned something. I
convey
can't
it.
remember it.
Yeah,
When he told it, he had studies. I do not. You're gonna have to take my word for it.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I had a list. I wrote stuff down for it. Nothing's really stuck. I'm like looking at the notes like, who fucking wrote this? This doesn't make any goddamn
How
sense.
do you write notes? Do you just have a dot point of the topic, or do you write stuff?
I didn't
underneath
even
it?
put topics. I was
Now, what
just
about
like,
last time though when we were discussing stuff?
nah, not really. It was just sort of like getting keywords down.
Oh,
I should write more concise notes or structure it better or like have a topic to talk about so then I can at least look at, because I've just put like thoughts down, like keyword thoughts, and it's retard. It's like,
I talked with my partner
It's
a
like-
bunch about this, and I just like we're just discussing like, oh, what we want to talk about, and then all of a sudden I just had this massive spark, kind of like when I was writing that horror series. Like, fuck, I got to write this down, and
Yeah.
I just write out all this shit. And she's like, I hate your chicken scratch writing. I'm like, mate, I just got to get it out of my head.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care how it's written as long as it's legible. And then it's just like, all right, this is the topic. This is the little points I want to touch on. Yeah, and I have like 2 at the moment, but
yeah, nice. No, I'm
I
keen
might
to-
add more to them, but
We're,
I just
we're
thought
gonna.
this would be interesting to discuss. Like, this is what we're going to discuss, and then you and me talk about it.
We're gonna get better at this for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, audience, we promise we'll get better.
Never.
That was what I just did then. I want to go back in time and stab myself in the side of the head before doing that. Yeah, it wasn't good. I'm sorry. feel bad.
I think it was perfect as an outro.
Just like deteriorating into like, oh, what might sound cool?
Fucking 16-year-old me again.
Fuck. Some of that stuff in the first one that we had to cut, there was like, what, 90 minutes recorded?
Yep.
We got it down to sub an hour.
Yep.
Not even
Plus
trying.
a 15-minute extra, which will probably never see the light of day.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't. It was bad.
Might in 5 years.
That was like the first 15 minutes too, where it's like, oh, and then I did this, and it's all the reasons when I hate people that can't tell good stories. That's how they tell stories.
As bad as that.
Yeah. No.
You just fuck. It's all over.
Some of that's comedic timing. Fuck. You're right. There it is.
Yeah. When we have
some
nothing to
of
say,
it's on purpose. Some of
cut
it's
that.
just like
Yeah.
involuntary vocalization. No, a lot of it was like telling a story the way that like you hate to hear people tell stories. It's like how a 4-year-old tells a story. You're like, and then there was, and then we went, and then the fucking like we went to the place and there was ice cream and the other guy's like, oh, and what happened next? And you're like,
yeah, you just gotta run with it.
yeah, it makes me want to die listening to it.
I forgot.
The back end was pretty good though.
Hmm.
We survived that.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
good.
okay.
That was excellent.
Oh my
And
god,
I
we
wouldn't
had
just say
opinions.
that- yeah,
We haven't
it was just-
uploaded it yet. We haven't uploaded anything, but oh my god, we're gonna have opinions on the internet. I'm scared. It's not a
Why are you here? Get out.
no.
This is where we leave.
Yeah, playing it back, I couldn't even fucking hear it at 110 through this. Like, oh, to be fair, it's not through the car speakers. I just have a portable speaker in the car
Okay.
because I'm fucking.
Yeah, I'll
Modern
see about
phones don't
raising
come
the
with
decibels higher
aux
and higher.
cords, and
Yeah.
older cars don't come with Bluetooth. And I could just get the Bluetooth device thing that you like tune to the FM, or I could just keep using the portable speaker for free because I already own it.
Do you have any notes on that podcast? Like anything you'd like to say? Like maybe something should have been cut or
No.
something could have been improved.
No, I think okay for a first attempt, it was pretty good. Like it flowed relatively well. That's what we're going for.
Yeah, I thought it flowed a lot better
Gotta-
towards the end too. Like,
yeah.
This sounds like we're in the rhythm now.
What ended up going in there
Yep.
was good.
Did you notice any? I can't remember off the top of my head now because I edited it like over 10 hours probably.
Yeah, we got to
10 hours
cut
of
that
editing.
down. This one should be pretty good.
That's what I think
Other than
too.
cutting cunts' names out.
And because also I learned a few things from spending that much time editing.
Yeah, that's rough. I'm glad you've got the time to put into this and the effort. Because I just like
Yeah.
rock
I
up
was
and
just,
like,
smash
let's
it out,
talk
and then
shit.
sometimes I'm like, oh, I feel like it. But
Yeah.
I had to listen to everything and just be like, should that stay? Should that go?
It's the beginnings of
You
a
said a name there.
business.
Probably shouldn't have that in there for people's
Maybe.
own privacy.
Maybe one day this won't just hemorrhage money. That would
Hey,
be
it's still fun
that
to do.
would be
though.
sick. Yeah, it's fun to do, and like we do this sort of thing anyway. So for like the cost of
And it's good
equipment,
'cause
we're
we
just
catch
talking.
up and we get to make content. That's
Yeah.
what I like about it.
It's good.
So even stuff like right now that doesn't need to be in there, we can still talk about it and then cut that shit out and keep talking about other things that are interesting that people might want to listen to.
It's sort of an insight into starting a podcast. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's worth keeping in there. Keeps it authentic. Pads that timing out too.
Well, yeah. In the long run, I don't want it to. Yes, it does keep the timing, like pad the timing out, but I don't. I shouldn't have to edit as much later on anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Just like we'll go
'Cause
for
the
how long have we been going
the
for
less
now?
filtered, the better, personally, and not just like for editing reasons. Just I think, as you said, more authentic. And it's like,
Yeah, I don't mind the
Everything
authenticity.
sounds natural. You don't. Have
God
to
forbid
artificially
somebody-
change things in order to. Yeah.
Yeah, God forbid
censor
somebody
yourself to
actually.
bits.
God damn it. We got to get better at this. God
You
forbid
gotta
somebody.
stop
Oh my god.
All right, you can go.
God forbid somebody actually listens to this podcast because they think we're fucking interesting to listen to. That'd be a sick outcome. Even if it's just like one person. If we get death threats, that's the goal.
I love
Fuck,
that shit.
cut that. Somebody
I
will
love that
dox
shit.
us. Shit. A podcast with like 3 subscribers, just like doxed. Fuck.
Just be like, mate, I just live in a basement somewhere in the world.
Well, we started out with an anti-state pro-gun position in Australia.
Yes. That's why I
The
call
first
it a critique.
podcast.
Hey, you got to define it. You can't say it's anti. It's a critique.
It's a bit anti-state.
I think you're being a little pessimistic.
A little anarchist pilled. Fuck yeah, dude.
We're never getting gun licenses now, are
No, probably not. Police knock
So
on the
much for
door.
that.
So I heard you made a joke about not ever having guns and weed at the same time. We noticed you don't have any guns. Do you have any weed? You're like, hi, officer, how are you?
Don't remember the last time.
Nah, that's not us. How could you prove it's us? And it's like, fucking some random account on Twitter doxed
go on,
you
show
because you
us.
made it a challenge about who can give you the first death threat.
Oh, is that going to be you? Oh, shit.
Fuck. We have to despise the lizard people all equally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if they sit too long in their position, they get worse. That's for sure.
Exactly. They get more bold. But like, okay, don't you do that in a relationship? The longer you sit in that position, the more liberties you take. You don't.
Yeah, true.
You don't shit with the
That's called
door
being
open in
comfortable,
the
eh?
first 3 months of living together.
True.
I don't think I have shat with the door open yet. It's time to assert my dominance. Putting unreasonable measures on people's freedoms. Fucking stink it out the whole house. Then I just get coup d'etat immediately and just get stabbed if I start pulling shit like that. Be like, I'm the man. They're like, eat fucking knife, dickhead. And then I go back into the kitchen voluntarily because I fucking love cooking.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
like the other night, how you had to make all the food.
Dude, I fucking turned... Don't you love how I can turn any fun interaction into work? I'm like, yeah, let's not order pizza. I'll make pizza from scratch. Yeah, no, it was a good night. That was a good result for fucking $60 worth of ingredients. Oh, we didn't even use all of it.
Yeah.
Probably could have made more, but like I did want to get back to socializing at some point. Unlike you... fuck.
Oh, fucking weak.
That was a
as
cheap joke. All right, I reckon that's enough. We're gonna get better at this for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, audience, we promise we'll get better.
Never.